Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Friday, August 25th, 2017. It's clearer now. It was a little overcast for a great part of the day, but you can see it's pretty decent now. It's definitely cool. I don't even think we hit 70 degrees today as far as temperature-wise goes. So it was definitely, it was not a good day solar-wise. I think we pulled in 3.8 kilowatt hours for the day total. So very, very low power day, but that's okay, it happens. Took Eddie into his mom's for the weekend and picked up Noemi and Kendall, the three amigos again. Both of the girls spent every weekend at our house when we lived in Greece, and we haven't really had Noemi up here she hasn't been up here in over 2 years. So it's nice that they're all back together. They're having a freaking blast. We just got back home. We had to stop and do some shopping and stuff. But anyway, so I wanted to do a video today, and I wanted to talk about, somebody had asked me what my opinion of this was, so I thought I would share it with you, okay? What is going to happen, this will be the topic of the video, what is going to happen realistically after S.H.T.F? Now let's talk about a worst case scenario, which is a freaking global situation that happens, and who knows what it could be, okay? But let's talk about a global situation where, there's so many different things that could happen, it's unreal. And everything that would happen will affect everything differently. But I think people would react pretty much the same if it was a worldwide event. So let's say let's go with a power outage. Let's just go with that. Let's go with that scenario, okay? Everything that got me going with prepping always goes back to Hurricane Katrina, for me personally, because I remember when that happened and the reaction of the government to that situation, and also, how those people suffered down there and stuff like that. Now, first of all, let's be clear on something. If I lived in a bowl, which New Orleans is in a bowl, basically, and the government said a Category 5 hurricane is coming, get out, I'm getting out. That's first and foremost. That's exactly what I'm going to do. But a lot of people did not. They stayed behind, okay? So, and there was the flooding, and like I said, the rescues it took a long time for the rescuers to come in and actually really truly help people, and it was a really bad disaster, and we never got the full extent of everything that happened down there. I know when the government did finally go in, the first thing they did was disarm the people, which is highly illegal, but that's what they did, okay? So anyway, so let's talk about what would happen on a global scale, or the entire United States power goes down. I think what's going to happen, there's always, you're basically got 3 days, and this is my opinion, okay? You have 3 days to get to where you want to be, because after 3 days, then the realization is going to come in to people that their help is not on the way. Nobody's coming to help them. If they don't have any kind of communications, be it ham radios or anything like this, they're basically in the dark. They have no idea what's going on. So I think for that first 3 days, I think people are really going to truly try to band together and help each other and stuff like that, which is very noble, okay? And a lot of people are going to need a lot of help, okay? So after that first 72 hours, once people realize, holy crap, the power's not coming back on, holy crap, we only have XYZ amount of food, what are we going to do? And depending again on the time of year, if it's winter time, they have no way to heat. Let's say it's in the winter. Let's just go with that scenario. So there's nothing to eat because it's winter. So you can't go out and forage and get apples or anything like that, or your wild edibles and all this type of stuff. Those things are not going to be there because it's wintertime. We're going to go with the Northeast is a the explanation wise, okay? So what would happen then is you're going to have people realize that I don't have enough food. I can't keep warm. What am I going to do? So there's going to be decisions that have to be made. A lot of people would freeze to death in their own homes because they just don't know what to do. People are going to panic. People are going to go absolutely postal because once they, you're in shock at first, and then a slow realization kicks in, and then there's a lot of anger because holy crap, we're not ready for this. And then it's going to be that feeling of entitlement for the haves and the have-nots. For the people that have something, well, that's not fair that they have it and we don't. So I think what you're going to see is you're going to see a lot of people, trying to take from other people that have something. Okay, that's going to happen absolutely. You're going to see the inner cities implode. Well, the cities in general are going to implode on each other. People would absolutely become vicious, vicious people, and the killing and the raping and the murdering would be rampant. And like I said, this is after 3 days, guys. So you basically have that 72-hour window, but realistically, in my opinion, you got about 12 hours to get to where you want to be. If you really truly want to get out, if there's an event that happens and you have some place to go, you better be there quick. If you can still drive, that's even better. But you, at the first sign of, holy crap, this could be something really catastrophic, you better get your butt out of Dodge. You better get to where your location is going to be. Um, I have said this over and over and over again in videos. You have to have a group to survive. You cannot do it on your own. I don't care what anybody says. I don't have anybody, blah, blah, blah. You're going to eventually either end up grouping up with somebody or you're going to end up dying. That's realistically what's going to happen, because there's no way that you can make it on your own. There's no way you can watch what you got to watch and protect what you got to protect and do what you have to do all by yourself. Nobody can stay up 24 hours a day. You might be able to do it for a couple days, but then, you're not going to be as sharp as you would be normally. So that's why I always say group is the best way to go. But so anyway, so what happens after that? Okay, so let's talk about what happens in the beginning. You have whatever, like let's say you're insulin dependent. You're going to have whatever insulin you have, and when that insulin is gone, that's going to be the end. Okay, I mean, I'm not trying to be cruel, and I'm not trying to make a joke out of this, because it's not a joke at all. You are people that are vent dependent. Anybody that's dependent on any kind of ventilation machine to keep alive, they're going to be gone. They're going to be gone quick. As soon as the generator runs out of fuel, you're done. That's going to be the end of the story for that. You are people that are, let's say, okay, you got people that are fighting cancer, and they got to have their chemo and the radiation and stuff like that. That's not happening anymore. They're not getting their medications. Those people will go quickly. Your morbidly obese people that are used to having somebody going out and bringing them all their food and stuff all the time, they're not going to last either, because they're done. Because that gravy train is going to be over. It's your elderly, anybody that is, and when I say elderly, I'm talking 80s and 90s guys. Okay, you're really truly older people that really can't do for themselves. All right. So your nursing homes, you're going to have a catastrophic loss of life in the nursing homes, because number one, people are not going to be there to take care of them, and number two, they can't take care of themselves. So you're going to see a great deal of people die that way. The prison systems, I really don't know how that would work out. I know that I talked to a guy one time, this is going back years and years ago, and he had said, he had been in prison. And he had said to me, he goes, do you know, he goes, that they have a thing in place that if the United States is invaded, that every prisoner in the federal prisons are going to be killed? And I went, good. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's just, you don't want to have them getting out and going and doing whatever they want to do. But I don't know if that's still in play or if they still have that. So anybody that's in corrections, please comment and tell me what the game plan is for a situation like that. I don't think that they would, want to let the worst of the worst out to just feed on the populace. I really don't, but who knows. But anyway, you have a lot of really bad things happening really, really fast. And, if you can't get to your group, you got to try to get to your group. You got to try to lay low, travel at night, sleep during the day if you can. Really watch your backs, because it's going to get ugly really, really fast. And there's going to be a lot of people that are not going to make it, okay? And a lot of people, like you heard a gunshot, somebody's up there shooting. There's a lot of people that are not going to make it. And, the way we are to each other now with rule of law, with no rule of law, I hate to think what people are going to do to each other. I think it's going to be really, really ugly, way worse than you could ever possibly imagine. I know I've said this before as well. Give me the mild-mannered accountant, and he's used to his creature comforts, and he's used to that stopping at McDonald's and sitting on his nice comfy couch and watching his big screen TV, and maybe he's having himself a drink, or he's smoking a joint or whatever the heck he's doing. I mean, the drug situation is rampant in this country too. Let's think about that, with them not having access to their drugs, how people are going to act. But that same accountant that wouldn't hurt a fly, if his kids are starving, within 3 days, he's going to do whatever he's got to do to get those kids food. So the people are going to turn into not really nice people really, really quick. I think that people that really want to truly try to help people will still try to do it, but you're going to have to be selective when you do that. I really think that, okay? So now let's talk about what happens to the drug addicts and stuff like that. Now they don't have their, once they use up whatever product that they have and they can't get anymore because it's not available, they're going to be desperate. They're going to be looking for whatever they can get to get high. And I think a lot of them are going to die just because they can't handle the withdrawal or what in that type of situation too. I think a lot of people will die because they're going to get shot. I think if you act stupid, I think that you're going to get shot, and so you're going to have a great loss of life that way. My plan, and I've said this before, when something happens, is to lay low as possible. Have my group here get fortifications even better than they already are, and just prepare for whatever's going to happen. Stand watch, don't venture out. Keep close counsel with each other, and hopefully we can have each other's backs and stuff like that. Uh, you know, it's a very, very scary situation. You're going to have to put your trust in people, and maybe somebody you really don't know that well. And so you might be seeing people sleeping with guns all the time, and loaded guns, okay, just because of the fact of trust issues. You just don't know. I mean, who do you really trust? So that's why it's real important, I think, to build those relationships now. So anyway, I think that realistically, within the first 3 to 6 months, more than half the population would be gone. At least half the population within 3 to 6 months. Within 6 months to a year, I think that would even be reduced even more, probably down to, maybe 30 to 20% of the population left. And those are going to be your hardy folks, guys. Those are going to be the people that are ready for whatever, that are prepared or willing to take and do what they have to do to get what they want. Man, somebody's shooting up a storm. Um, anyway, you're going to hear a lot of that, okay? And think about, if it's a worst case scenario and you're hearing that, are you going to go over and investigate? Absolutely not. You're going to keep your head down. So, anyway, so I really want to hear what your guys' thoughts are on this situation. Again, who knows what the situation will be, but eventually something's got to give. And when it does, it's going to get ugly really, really fast. And you really need to think about this. You need to have a game plan. And I talk about that all the time. Banging away. So you need to have a game plan. What are you going to do? How are you going to protect yourself? How are you going to protect your family? And other people coming in that you really need to have a plan in place and sit down with people ahead of time. I try to do that. I sit down. We try to make out maps and routes on how to get here, the best way to do it, and and all those type of things. Because, like I said, when it happens, guys, it's going to be one day is going to be fine. The next day is going to be chaos. We're going to wake up to chaos. So just be ready. Be smart, and realize that the best thing you can do is, if you can get to your bug out location, if you have one, get there as quickly as possible and keep a low profile, and do what you need to do to defend what you have. And that's going to be doing whatever you have to do, whatever's necessary. So anyway, I want to hear what your thoughts are on this. Definitely want you to share this, and I definitely want your feedback, because, like I said, I just think that it's going to be a very, very bad thing that's going to be coming, and human beings, it's not going to be pretty, So somebody's going crazy up there shooting. So anyway, that's what I wanted to do a video on real quick today. It's been a long day. It's after 6 already now. So let me get off here so I can get this video up. But remember, guys, always end my videos with, remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen. And remember, STD, one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever goals you're trying to reach, you can reach them. You can do it. The only one that's going to stop you is yourself. Okay? So that's it for now. I hope everybody has a great weekend because, like I said, today's Friday. So I'm hoping you're all going to enjoy your weekend. And I will talk to you all tomorrow. Prepper Nurse one out for now. Buddy, what you doing?